Hi guys, नमस्कार मैं हूँ आरजे ग्लेन आपके साथ. This is 100 hours 100 stars. Our tribute to our COVID warriors. Fever FM, Radio Nasha and Radio 1 की टीम लेकर आई है आपके लिए 100 hours 100 stars, a non-stop tribute, a digital festival for our COVID warriors. आज मेरे साथ एक बहुत ही स्पेशल पर्सनालिटी है and I'm going to tell you a little story, a little build up. You know, ये साली जिंदगी में हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी थी लोगों की कि इनके साथ एक बार इंटरव्यू हो जाए. इन्होंने सबको इनकार कर दिया और मैं बस उन लड़कों को कहूंगा सॉरी भाई, सॉरी. आई गॉट इट. My name is RJ Glenn. I've got Chitrangada with me right now. Thank you so much for joining me, man.
Awesome. Full
Thank
marks for innovative introduction. Thank you.
Thank you so much. आपने हमें वक्त दिया. I know ये work from home, work every time from home हो रहा है अभी. It's crazy.
Well, I'm sure it's crazy for you guys because we are not working at home. We are sitting at home and waiting to work, actually. Yeah.
आपकी जिंदगी कैसे चल रही है इस वक्त? How is this lockdown? आपके लिए क्या क्या हो रहा है आपकी लाइफ में आजकल?
Well, I mean, Glenn, honestly, God's been kind. So इतना जो basic problems हैं जो दूसरे लोगों को हो रही हैं वो नहीं we don't have to face those problems honestly. Right. लेकिन हाँ मतलब अभी अगर बात करनी ही है और हमें कुछ कहना ही है तो या मतलब आप घर पे हैं, आप बाहर नहीं जा सकते, आप पेरेंट्स को नहीं मिल सकते, फैमिली फ्रेंड्स को नहीं मिल सकते. You tend to get bored honestly sometimes, Also, the fact that you don't have a routine, there is no such thing of getting up and getting ready and looking forward to working or doing something, So obviously that mentally it affects you a little bit, but I mean, there's always this reminder कि ऐसे बहुत लोग हैं जिनको इससे कहीं ज़्यादा serious problems हैं, so you tend to tell yourself to shut up. So there is this constant a conversation in your head that's going on. So yeah, but honestly, otherwise I think we are okay. We're okay.
मुझे लगता है कि ऐसे सिचुएशन में, इस कोविड-19 के सिचुएशन में, the entire country has come together as one unit, as one family. पूरी दुनिया में सब लोग एकजुट होके इस कोविड-19 के सिचुएशन को हराने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. And our corona warriors, I think hats off to them for whatever they're doing.
My God, thank you so much.
Unbelievable. हमारी police force, our medical staff, I mean, people that have changed your life.
I'm saying anybody who is having to step out of their house to carry on working. Like for example, I was talking to some people जो banks जा रहे हैं, बैंक को भी खुलना जरूरी है, वहां भी काम होना जरूरी है, so they are going. I'm saying anybody who is right now doing anything कि आप घर से अपनी family को छोड़कर जा रहे हैं अपनी job करने के लिए just to keep the system working. I mean, thanks to all of them, and of course the medical. I mean, that is probably the biggest service that they can do. मतलब किसी ने मुझे उस दिन बोला कि उनकी job है, but this is beyond job. This is sacrifice, yeah. मतलब ये we have to always, and I hope we always remember the sacrifice that they are making for us. Really, it's
Absolutely.
amazing. It's amazing.
And I think all of us as Indians इस वक्त जो अपने घर पे हैं, safe हैं इस वक्त, all we can do is contribute and probably be of some help. Guys, there is a QR code at the bottom of the screen and there is a link. जाके वहाँ पे click कीजिए या उस QR code को scan कीजिए. You can write in your details, fill in your details and hit proceed button and contribute to the PM Cares Fund. I think through this you can help our COVID warriors, help us fight this corona situation that has hit the world. Well, we got to know a lot about you through your social media also. जो आप करती रहती हैं थोड़ा. One thing that I love about your social media is the fact that you're on TikTok.
Yeah. Yes.
मैंने आपके साथ duet बनाया है already और उसे upload भी कर दिया है.
Really? Okay, I must check that out. Okay.
I made a duet with you और मैंने उसे upload कर दिया है. मैंने कहा चलो एक बना. I'm telling you. And I realized something. आपको क्लासिकल गानों को recreate करना बड़ा पसंद है. You like the old classics.
I love. I think in my head, I think in my heart, I'm such a vintage person, who likes all the classics and the black and whites, the music. Yeah, I just like that time a lot. Also, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो वो गाने हैं, आप जब उनको like when I do TikToks on them, I mean, honestly, it started because of my manager. She all the time kept telling me, this is so much fun, you should try this. And I'm not somebody who's a very social media person. I'm not very active,
आप बहुत कम upload करती हैं वैसे, हाँ.
बहुत कम. I just feel कुछ चीजें personal होती हैं. It's a bit of I don't want to say the word exhibitionist, but there is slightly a bit of that, a bit of that sometimes.
आपको पता है?
This, yeah. No,
No,
I'm
no.
just saying that, but this TikTok bit I really enjoy because it's more than just putting hot picture, you know. I mean, थोड़ा सा कुछ और है. You enact, you become a character. There's a feeling to it. So for me, that's a lot of fun. I really enjoy that.
Sorry to cut you. I think आपका network थोड़ा your range is going a little bit. Are we in range?
Is it?
Yeah, थोड़ा सा.
I think so. I can't tell because my screen is.
Your screen's perfect.
We should be in range. Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. I mean, I
Okay.
have signal.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, speaking about the songs that you created, the classics, the yesteryear's classics, the songs that you've recreated on TikTok rather. One of your personal favorites. Like I have certain favorite songs that I listen to on a Saturday evening. I'm sitting alone by myself listening to those tracks. दो तीन ऐसे tracks जो आपको एकदम nostalgic कर देते हैं या फिर आपको पसंद है बहुत.
I mean, I think I made the TikToks on them. I like Isharo Isharo. That song is beautiful. Which is the one?
I love Lag Ja Gale.
Lag Ja Gale is it's my all-time favorite. And it happened to be in my film as well. Sahibi V Gangster, and we did a little bit. I mean, it's just and Jonatha, I think, sang it so beautifully. I think she did a great job with that.
You did a fab job.
Fab job. Seriously, it's such a difficult
Yeah.
song,
Yeah.
So I love these. I love this Wahida Rahman ji ke gaane, and I think there's so much of story being told in each one of them. It is not just a song which is like, okay, there is so much being said in that song. It's beautiful. Yeah, I like all of them. Yeah.
I think music always creates nostalgia and always gets you back in time, and you keep remembering things. I remember certain things from the film Sorry Bhai. I love that film. I thought it was too cool for that time. Okay, when the film came out.
Yeah.
एक ऐसी फिल्म भाई ये हम लड़कों के साथ हो चुका है कि आप कहीं पर जाइए you go to meet for a friend's wedding and blah blah blue and things just happen. I loved Sorry Bhai, one of your films. I loved Inkar. I thought it was too early for that time. I think when people just started speaking about a topic like that,
Yeah.
the film was there. It was there and it was making a statement. So I love those two films, and those are my favorites from your filmography.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We've discussed your films. We're talking about the music you like, but we've also realized that आपको baking बड़ा अच्छा लगता है.
Honestly, I hadn't baked a cake in like last 7 years or something.
Right.
I haven't done any baking, any cooking. So yeah, I mean, I like it, but I'm not very good at it.
But you landed up baking something very yummy.
It was amazing, and I didn't put the picture of the chocolate mud cake. It was even better. So yeah,
Really?
I'm
Nice.
encouragement मिली है. I'm very encouraged right now. Yes.
So what's your schedule like? आपने कहा कि अब अभी आप baking start किए हैं. आप you maybe probably have developed a new habit or a new hobby because all of us are at home. तो आपका version 2.0 exactly क्या है? What is Chitrangada? What's a day like?
Okay, so the one thing which I'm doing very regularly is working out.
Okay.
And that is something जो पहले मैं शायद काफी skip करती थी. I probably would do like twice a week शायद या thrice a week. But आजकल it's like every single day, and stretching and yoga and everything. I'm giving it a lot of time. So मेरा 2.0 मतलब would be only plus this, except that I think I'm sleeping so much more. I'm just like I can doze off anywhere. I think it's more out of boredom some days than being tired. But yeah, it's that, and I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, I'm writing. So I'm sitting here on my writing desk. Yeah, so I write. I started writing. Yeah.
Like, if you could give us an example, आप exactly लिखती क्या है? What do you write exactly? Are you into poetry? Are you into scripts?
No, Glenn. I'm working. I was actually working on a short film. So I had started that, लेकिन उसको अभी so I've done the dialogue, screenplay, everything for the first time. I'm doing everything myself. So that's the one that I was finishing up and I was working on.
Can I make a request to you on this live chat?
Sure.
मुझे हर स्कूल प्ले में either paid या कुआ बनाया था. So for the primary section I was paid. Secondary section I was कुआ. It's my request to you that if you ever decide पेड़ और कुआं को छोड़कर कुछ भी आपकी शॉर्ट फिल्म में ना सिर्फ अगर किसी को जाके कुछ सर्व करना है या एक ऐसा एक शॉट देना सा टड़ाक टड़ाक वाला.
Okay, I'll do better than that. Don't worry. I'll think of something like slightly better. Maybe like a chair, or I mean, I don't know, maybe a painting. The mannequin. The mannequin. You'll be the most good-looking mannequin or something. You'll make a good-looking mannequin who reads books. You just told me who reads a lot of books.
I don't know, Chitrangada, I don't know if that was a compliment or if that was just like a because I'll tell you,
No.
I went for a TV audition once, okay? And I'm going to say this, okay, because I love making jokes at myself. The guy looked at me and says, "You're such a gorgeous man. I have to tell you this. You have the perfect face for radio."
Oh my God, that's me. That's me.
And I'm like,
Oh my God. I was doing better than that. I called you a mannequin.
I,
I did, right? Matlab, mannequins have to be, good looking and.
but I can be a dancing mannequin. So if you need if you like want to have a dance number and all, I can come
You
and like
dance?
pop up. I do professionally.
Oh, you do? Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay. What do you dance? What do you do?
So I trained in ballet, I trained in jazz, and I trained in contemporary dancing. Yeah. So all of that happens.
My God, I'm sure all your teachers must be regretting, no?
No,
I
no, they were
should have
very
done
happy.
better than a well, yeah. Come on. This is amazing. That's
But then
super.
I told them that's what right now I'm doing. So
I
I used
haven't
to
met
always.
many men who can do ballets, so I'm very
But
impressed.
But I'll tell you, ballet actually laid the foundation for a lot of my gymnastics and a lot of my movements in contemporary. So if I did a kick, it was all because of ballet training that taught me how to hold my center, how to hold my my body, my upper body, how not to slouch and how to sit straight. So and my teacher was
Like I'm
really
slouching
strict.
right now. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So okay, I'm going to teach you something that my teacher taught me. All right. So
Okay.
it's they call the ballet arms. All right. So the first position, just the arms, is called brava. Here. All right.
Okay.
Lovely.
I'm doing that.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Then all we need to do is go out,
Out.
the right arm inside.
Oh, the right one. Okay.
Yeah. The right arm on top.
Top.
And you can just and down. And you present. Wow!
Beautiful. I mean, I love ballet. There's so much of grace in that and control at the same time. It's like two things
And
happening,
it's so poetic. It requires so much of strength. People think that
I can
oh,
imagine.
all you do is stand on your toes. No, you really work hard in a
God,
ballet
no.
class.
Yeah. I mean, just to make something look so smooth and graceful and
Right.
effortless needs so much effort and control. I have a lot of respect for you, suddenly. Yeah. Amazing.
Thank you.
Well done.
So tell
Super.
me, I've been going through all my old books. I've been reading. I've been trying to cook. I've been doing practicing a little bit of my dancing skills, doing my stretching. Like you said, you've started yoga, working out. What's that one skill set जो आपने इस lockdown में develop किया है या फिर you're like, okay, I could do this and I have now learned this, or rather, I have to do this. What is that one thing that you are doing, no matter what?
Oh God, my God. I'm not that productive, honestly. I'm not that, this thing. But see, the one, I mean, for me, the main thing was finishing my short film because that's something which was halfway for a long time and I hadn't had the time to finish it.
Right.
So I finished my short films and I'm starting to write something else now. So that, I mean, I really wanted to get myself into this discipline of writing every day, uh, which also needs a lot of discipline,
Does.
yeah, a lot of respect for people who write books, and I mean, it just needs so much discipline to sit and write every day. So that is the one thing that I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to be a good like a baker. I'm really really hoping by the time we come out of this I can bake like, oh acha aaj ye banate hain, aaj ye banate hain. I hope I'm one of those effortless cooks, so I'm hoping to manage that by the end of this.
I am just very glad you're one of those rare celebrities who has not put up any utensil washing posts. And you're, I am just thankful. I am just glad. And I should say
But
namaskar and thank you.
But that's also because I'm not washing. I mean, God's been very kind again. We have someone who's with us like 24/7 who lives in the house. Our cook. So I'm honestly not doing any such thing. So I can't. But jo kar rahe hain, I'm sure they are doing it. So it's not something that we are used to doing, and it's difficult. Yeah, बड़ा मुश्किल होता है, especially with Indian खाना. It's very difficult.
हाँ
बहुत
मैं
बर्तन गंदे होते हैं.
Exactly. आपको मेरे हाथ पे ना मेरा फ्यूचर दिखेगा, इतने बर्तन धो चुका हूँ मैं. I can actually see my future. I'm just like washing.
It's a clean slate. We're gonna start all over again.
I'm telling you, sometimes I eat this. I'm like, एक ही बार, I'm going to take one plate. I'm just going to eat in one plate. It's okay. It's a pain. And cooking is I don't know how I figured that out.
Are you
It's a,
cooking yourself?
I've learned to cook. I like basic stuff. I've learned to make very
Live
basic
alone?
stuff. Yeah. So I've learned to make stuff like you know veggies, and I'm cooking dalia, and I'm cooking.
Well, you can
Uh,
do ballet, so you can definitely cook. I
I,
mean,
I know I'm trying. I'm trying. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not.
like
I'm not. I'm a very fussy with my food. I keep my food very simple. And the only thing that I miss is because somebody like me is very used to going out, running, playing a sport, playing soccer, keeping myself
yeah,
physically active. I'm training at home, but it's still very boring. How much can you sit at home and do your push-ups and work out? I mean, it gets
I
boring.
swear, it is boring. It is boring.
Speaking about boring, what's that one thing that you want to do? जैसे ये lockdown खत्म होता है, आप क्या वो एक चीज करना चाहेंगे?
Oh, I mean, yes, I want to go meet my parents, but other than that, I just want to go for a drive. I just want to go for a haircut. I just want to do something as simple as go sit in a restaurant and eat, and just something very, very simple. Nothing major, but just go for a jog. We have a golf course close by here. So just go for a jog there with my dogs or something that simple. It would be great. Yeah.
I
I mean,
want
you
to.
value everything right now.
Absolutely. Everything is so important. Like the smallest and the smallest things. I think we've realized the value of parents, friends, uh, every little thing that is available to us. And I just feel
Yeah.
the air I breathe is also things that we took for granted. I really miss going to the beach and, running. And in my head, there's this Baywatch theme playing. Like in my head, I'm David Hasselhoff. And like on Juhu Beach, in my head somewhere, I am David Hasselhoff rescuing somebody. And
Virtual. Okay.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm
That's
running.
very strong imagination, I have to say. Full marks for the imagination.
I mean, I
As
grew up
opposed to where you are.
absolutely. I mean, I grew up to watching Baywatch and yeah, Santa Barbara also.
Yeah, but you have like pani puri and bhel puri all happening around you. You need a lot of imagination to like keep with it. Like that's amazing.
Yeah, actually, मेरी मजबूरी है, man. I'll tell you honestly. Every guy in his head is either Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., or Captain America, or if he's someone like me who loves the beach, he is David Hasselhoff. He
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
to rescue somebody.
Ultimate.
Ultimate
Absolutely.
alpha male kind of personality दिमाग में और सिर में. We're talking about what's happening with your life and things that we're missing out. I think one very important thing that we all need to address is our COVID warriors, everybody who's fighting this pandemic. A message that you'd like to give out to all your fans and people who are watching this live session right now, the 100 hours, 100 stars tribute to our COVID warriors. आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे to everybody?
I mean, I think हम सबको पता है कि what can I say? Well, I mean, I'm just trying to think what is different that I can say. Everybody knows how important they are for us. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I don't know इस समय क्या हालत होती हमारे country की. अगर वो the policemen who go every day in the morning, they leave their homes and they go out, and the doctors and the nurses, and knowing कि वो इतने ज़्यादा close contact में हैं, इतनी chance है उनको कि they get the virus as well, but they still go out and do it. So I just feel कि money is a very very small contribution that we can make sitting at home. I mean, इसको हमें charity भी नहीं समझना चाहिए. मुझे लगता है कि ये this is even more important than charity. So all I want to say to everybody who's watching, I mean, बहुत ज़्यादा आपको पैसे देने की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है, लेकिन आपसे जितना भी होता है, जितना भी you feel that you can give to these people who are saving our country literally right now, please make that donation, make that contribution, and या अपने दिल की मतलब एक वो दिलासा होता है ना कि आपको अपने आप को कि आपने कुछ किया just for that. I mean, yeah, so if you can, please do that. That's all I would like to say.
Thank you so much. And guys, you watching this video, आपको नीचे QR code दिख रहा है. You can see the link. Go click on that link or scan the QR code. Fill in your details, hit proceed, and make your contributions. All these contributions go to the PM Cares Fund. This is basically to fight COVID-19 and also for our COVID warriors. Well, we're going to have some fun right now. I have a
Okay.
few never have I ever questions for you. अगर
Okay.
आपने वो चीज की है, ठीक है? आपको बोलना है You're watching 100 hours, 100 stars. Okay?
अगर मैंने की है तो
You're watching 100 hours, 100 stars.
100 hours 100 stars.
Yeah, you're
So
watching
what
100
is
hours,
100 hours 100 stars? Okay.
हाँ, और अगर आपने नहीं किया है तो आपको बोलना है come on yeah Glenn.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go for it. Number one, cheated in an. Okay, so let's start this again.
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Let the games begin. Cheated in an examination.
100 hours 100 stars.
Gone
Yes,
on
sir.
2 dates in one day.
Come on, yeah, Glenn.
Come on, yeah. What is this?
Like that, come on, yeah.
Come
What
on,
is it,
yeah. What you're speaking like that, man? Like you're from Bandra, yeah. What is this? You're from
Yeah,
Bandra,
okay,
what?
I'll try and get that. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Had a crush on a fan.
Oh, come on, yeah, Glenn. What, yeah? Chalna.
Pretended to enjoy someone's company when you didn't really enjoy it.
100 stars, 100 hours. Yes.
Okay. Opened someone else's phone and spied on it.
100 hours, 100 stars. Yes.
Send the wrong text message to the wrong person.
Come on, yeah, Glenn. No, I'm too careful. No, stop.
Send
No. Did happen.
Send the wrong text message to the right person.
I've sent the right text message to the right person at the wrong time.
I think life is all about timing. Timing galat ho na? Timing.
And my timing is completely off. Like I'm not somebody who has the best timing about such things, about saying things or making confessions and all. Yeah, it's usually off with that there.
All right, moving ahead. Gone and stalked a friend's social media profile and just like posted on their behalf. Like I do that.
Posted on their behalf. How do you post on somebody else's behalf?
Like someone's left their Facebook or their Instagram open and you've just like.
Come on, yeah, Glenn. Who has the time, yeah? Come on.
Okay, bargain for vegetables.
Yeah, 100 stars, 100 hours. Yes.
100 hours, 100 stars. Yeah.
100
Okay.
hours, 100 stars. Yes.
Last but not the least, spied on other celebrities on their social media. Like check them out on the.
All the time. 100 hours, 100 stars. 100 stars, 100 hours. Yes.
Well, I think this has been one chumma of an interview. Chitrangada, I
had fun.
Only want to say I had so much of fun with this interview. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for being a part of this mission that Fever FM, Radio Nasha, and Radio 1 has started this 100 hours, 100 stars.
It's a really, really nice initiative, and I hope it's successful in doing what you people want to do. And I hope that everybody who's watching makes their little donation, or however big that they want to be. And I hope we open our hearts. Yeah, I hope so.
I just want to say thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, it's 100 hours, 100 stars. Over the next 100 hours, we are reintroducing you to 100 superstars from various walks of life. And none better than my brother from another mother, GK. Gaurav Kapoor, welcome to the show, man.
Brother, what? So you couldn't find a star for today, so you decided to find me instead.
Actually, Chinnappa and you were the first three people I thought of. So it might interest you.
Chinnappa and me are the first three people. Which one of us is the split personality?
Two out of the three people I thought of. So, in fact, I just finished one with him. So, this is you immediately after Chinnap's.
Chinnappa. So, you know that Chinnappa is actually two people, right? Chinnappa is two people. There is one Chinnappa who is at home. There is what I call the civilian Chinnappa. The civilian Chinnappa is, bro, you want something to eat, bro? Just change the channel, bro. And then there's the in uniform Chinnappa, right? When he has to go on air, right? When he has to go on air. And then he puts on all his rings and his dark glasses.
Oh my God, that's exactly what happened right now. There was a conversation like this, and then when I hit record, it became. Everybody's
Hey, what's up? Like, calm down, brother. Matlab, you know, hatti khisak jayegi yaar.
Mandatories, guys. On the screen, you'll see a QR code and a link. Please scan the QR code or click on the link and then proceed to contribute. Fill in the amount and your payment details, and everything goes to the PM Cares Fund, the Prime Minister Cares Fund, which is for all our COVID-19 warriors on the front line, our healthcare workers who are working for us. So, man, how are you taking to this lockdown? Have you taken to it like fish to water? But you seem to be more busier than ever before.
Yeah, what I don't like is that, I love working from home anyway. I like being at home. Office is 1 kilometer from home. So I like that little, I mean, thoda age ke saath, this whole running around and flights and traffic, thoda, you like it a little less. But the problem is now you can't make that excuse that, hey, I'm traveling, so I can't come for your shoot.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm stuck in traffic, so I can't come for your shoot. How will I go from this studio to that studio in the same day? I can't do it. Now, you know, it's like 11 to 1, you do one shoot, 1 to 2 another shoot, 2 to 3 another shoot, because all you have to do is effectively get a bottle of water and go again. So that's the only sort of dampener. But I quite like, I've quite liked being at home. But I think that this connects also to the thing you said previously about donating. And I think we're all very fortunate. We have a roof over our head. We have, you know, food in our fridge. We don't have to worry about, things that a lot of other people who are not as privileged as us and lucky as us have to worry about. So I think it's very important for all of us to donate. And it's not about big sums. Even if it's about, there is a guard or a watchman, there are essential services people who are around you, there are people who are delivering stuff to you, whether it's food, vegetables, packages. If you can do anything for them, anything from a packet of biscuits to a slightly bigger tip than you would usually give, you know, a loaf of bread when you're going to buy your vegetables and fruit, and you come back with, you know, whether it's bananas, it's just small, simple gestures that you can do. It doesn't matter how much you're giving. What matters is the sort of the thought, the empathy, and the compassion in your heart. So I think that's very important. And I don't think any of us can really complain about the lockdown, bro. I mean, look at us here. Yeah, we're all privileged and fortunate. We don't have food anxiety. We don't have, you know, to worry about a roof over our head. You know, there's people who have serious, genuine problems. So I get very hassled by people who say they're getting bored right now.
So, you know, it's interesting when I ask people what is the skill set that they've developed or worked upon. Like, for example, Ashish Hemrajani said, I am baking bread every day, different kinds of bread. Dabu Radnani said, you know, man, I've not backed up my work for ages. So all my old photo shoots, I'm digitizing them and taking backups on my drives. Nikhil said that he's working on children's stories, stories and this and that. Yeah. So in the midst of all this crazy milieu of shooting and this and that, is there a skill set that you worked upon in lockdown? Something that...
Yeah, bro, quite a few. I've actually designed a building, a monument, which has been the tallest building in Mumbai. Then I've got an astrophysics degree. I've composed a sonnet and 1 symphony. I've learned 6 languages, learning my 7th right now. Learned how to play the piano, self-taught from YouTube. Sorry, this is me making fun of everyone who's like, hey dude, man, lockdown, we're Michelin star chef. Just only do things that you know you will do after this lockdown is over as well. That's your genuine interest. What I really enjoyed doing, and I always enjoyed doing, was cooking. I was never very proficient at it because I hadn't spent too much time at it. Now I'm getting to spend time at it, so I think my cooking has just become better. The problem with all of us who are cooks, who are higher in enthusiasm than talent, is the food shows have ruined us. So what takes regular people 30 minutes to cook, or proficient people 30 minutes to cook, takes me 1 hour. See, because mise en place has to be, right? Everything has to cut and chop and then put it together and measure and all. Whereas good cooks are just going, putting. So somebody asked me the other day, they saying, why did it take you 1.5 hours to make a pasta? It's like, but chop the garlic. Should take you half an hour max. I'm like, yeah. So I'm trying to improve my speed, just my instinct with cooking. I haven't gone as far as to learn to bake bread or anything, because that's just crazy level of commitment that I don't have. But I have learned how to make fish and things with shrimp, vegetables. So I am learning pizza. I tried to make pizza dough the other day. Came out fantastic. It had the texture of a slipper and the taste of socks.
I'm very impressed. So do you have a domestic help who lives with you, or do you do the grocery runs yourself? Are you going once or twice a week outside, or is it being delivered downstairs and you bring it up and sanitize it? Just how you're going about your groceries and essentials?
Two things. So there's two. One, of course, the domestic help we had, which was a housekeeper, has a younger brother in the city who would have been left alone to fend for himself, who would not have been able to. He's a student. So on day one itself, he told our housekeeper, you should go and you should be with him. Then we have a cook who was in his village in UP and who said, "Bhaiya, aap akele hain, main aata hu train par." मैंने कहा बैठो तुम, ठीक है, कहीं नहीं जाओगे, तुम घर पे बैठो अपनी family के साथ. So sort of, on our own, and that's fine, because it also helps you realize that you don't really need all the things that you thought you needed, right? You don't need to eat fancy meals all the time. You can eat for nutrition and sustenance more than always being a glutton for taste. So that's one thing. Your first question. The second is getting stuff is luckily just about 50 meters down the road from Pali Naka. So tend to go in the afternoon with my mask and gloves and hairband and eye collar and covered completely. And there's nobody in the afternoon buying fruits and vegetables. So luckily I have the place, both the stores to myself, get the stuff come. Any deliveries that happen in our building, they're put on the desk in the reception. And again, contactless, go down, get it up, sanitize everything, throw the boxes away, wash everything. So being very careful. Again, that, it can come from anywhere, right? But all we can do is take as many precautions as we can.
So, man, this isolation Premier League idea is just fabulous. I mean, was it just you and Nirav Ghosh waking up one fine day and, the team at Oak Tree saying, we've got some time, so let's reach out to our friends who are at home and try and do this? Or did you plan it like a, regular show and then it just fructified into this because of what happened? Where did that come from, man?
So we were just sitting, we were doing a call just as this lockdown happened. Luckily, I could foresee about a week ago that this was going to get bad. So a week before the lockdown happened, we ordered a work from home for Oak Tree Sports. So we got 25 people. So everybody, we said, work from home. In fact, over the next few days, come in slots and pick up your stuff and go home and set it up. So edit, music, VFX, everything could get set up. People were set up from home because we had no idea how long this would be, what would happen. I don't think anyone did. So first idea was, let's just do something, because, the team needs to be occupied. They need to feel motivated. If you're just sitting every day and doing nothing, it can just drive you a little crazy in, small Mumbai houses, which you're sharing with, people sometimes. So if you just have 4-5 hours of work to do a day, it just keeps you sort of mentally sane. It really started with that. Then we thought, let's revisit some of our old ideas. I'd always had this idea, and I've always been fascinated by whenever you ask sports people about their good days, it's amazing what all they remember, right? They just sort of seem to know it all. So we said, why don't we do something which is asking these guys about the things they've done in the IPL, which will give people some nostalgia. The IPL had to be on right now. It's not happening. Some stories will come out. It'll just give people something. We literally on a Zoom call came up with this idea. And I said, we don't want to do it as a live. Everyone and their aunties and uncles are doing Instagram live. Right? 5 in the evening should be, instead of called 5 o'clock, it should be called live o'clock, because that's it. It's just red circles. Right? We said, let's give people, we can't give people a complete experience like we would if we shot it. Let's give them as close to that as possible. I threw this challenge out to the team. In 72 hours, we had the first episode up with Dinesh Karthik. First episode up. We figured out how to shoot it with Zoom, sound, cleanup, music. made the VFX, made the design elements, made the research, everything. All I had to do was call Dinesh. He agreed. He loved to have some fun. We did it. So, and that's how it just started. And I think the name just caught on, like, because we were playing on IPL. So we said, oh, Isolation Premier League. And it just caught on. So now we're thinking we won't limit ourselves to 20 questions. We can just have a power play with somebody with just 6 questions. We can do a T10. Sometimes some fans complain saying, Ashwin's questions are very difficult. Chahal's questions are difficult. UV's questions are very easy. I'm like, bhaiyo, ye UPSC ka exam nahi hai. This is like whose line is it anyway? The points are all made up and they don't matter. Just have fun and listen to some stories. So yeah, to answer your question, it came from 2 things. One was the need to keep the team occupied and to give something to our viewers, to give, slightly differentiated quality product. And the other thing was that, we've still got to, make things and, sort of put them out and, so one for our team and the second for our viewers. So those were the 2 reasons why we sort of came up with this.
Yeah, and you've got a whole fun bunch of personalities. Who do you just a few of the guys? I mean, I know as a producer, each episode is like a child of yours. You can't say this was better than the other. But I'm just saying, just some fun moments from the Isolation Premier League.
I hate all the episodes equally. You're right. They are like my children.
So the fun stuff that happened, man, in Isolation Premier League. I mean, stuff that just comes off the top of your head.
I think one of the funniest was with Amit Mishra, because he's too sweet, man. Mishi is such a sweet man. And he was, there he is, he had gone to his parents' house. So the internet is not good there, right? So the guy actually moved 4 locations trying to find internet. Arey, suno, mujhe 2 minute aur do yaar, main dhoondta hu. And then finally he sat in one corner of the kitchen where the internet was the clearest. And then he turns it around and see what I was doing before you guys called. And there was a plate of sabzi that he was cutting. He had called. That was quite cute. Then who else? One of my favorites was in the Ashwin episode where his daughter just comes in, right? So we're chatting, and what did I ask him? I asked him what's the pin code of the Chennai Stadium, of the Chidambaram Stadium. What's the pin code? So Ashwin gets completely flummoxed. He goes, yeah, you know what? I've never written a letter to the stadium. How would I know? So just then, while he's thinking, his daughter pops her head in. Yeah, because she thought he's just chatting with a friend or shooting. So she comes and she goes, hi. And he's got the cutest daughters, right? So she comes and she goes, hi. So I said, hey, listen, we want to help your dad. So why don't you help your dad? Now, the answer is, the pin code is 05, right? So she comes in from here, and the answer, she goes, I said, yes, you're right, it's 5.
Nice.
I can hear Preeti laughing at the back. Ashwin is laughing. I'm laughing. This poor adorable child has no idea what's just happened. That was a cute moment.
And 6 seasons of Breakfast with Champions?
Yes, we've done 6 seasons.
मजाक
में बात काफी serious हो गई.
Correct. Yeah. So favorites again, favorites is the wrong word. Memorable ones in this season. Just throw out a few.
So I'll tell you some behind the scenes anecdotes of some funny stuff, right? So the most elusive person to get was Saurav Ganguly, right? And the reason is because Dada does 40 things at any given time. Dada shoots 100 days for his KBC Bengali. He's with a news channel. He runs a school. At that time, he was running CAB. He has some business. He'll do speaking assignments. He'll do commentary. He'll do some consulting. It's impossible to pin Dada down. So we were doing commentary on the England tour. So we were there. We were in Manchester. We were going to London the next day. So we were on air. In the ad break, I turned to Dada and I said, Dadi, tomorrow morning, I'm coming to shoot with you. 2 years I've been trying to catch you. I know you're free tomorrow morning. I'm coming to the hotel. So he says, okay, come at 11. I said, okay. So we've shown up in London at the St. James Hotel, the Taj Hotel.
Yeah.
And Dada comes at guess what time?
I don't know.
11:01. Dada's perfect on time. Later we realized that actually Dada double booked the 11 o'clock slot. He was supposed to shoot one more thing. Their camera packed up. So we got him at sharp 11. Honestly, I would have waited for Dada till 12, 1, 2, anytime. No problem. I decided today I am going to shoot this episode. And you won't believe he is such a professional. He is such an amazing storyteller. We got 2 episodes of total about 40-45 minutes of content finally on air with him. We shot with him for 55 minutes.
Wow.
That was it. That ratio is
so cool.
insane. Everybody knows that ratio is just insane because he just kept giving gold after the other. So that was amazing. And what happened is that our production guy in London, so we had 3 people on the set. Our production guy, just as Dada came, said, oh, let me get some coffee. Because the breakfast service was over and he said, listen, it'll take too long here in the hotel. I'll just go outside to the coffee shop and get some coffee. By the time he came back, our shoot was over.
Wow. So he goes out of Buckingham Gate, gets a coffee and comes back and it's over.
He goes, he finds one was shot, one somewhere else. I think he also went and smoked 2 cigarettes and took a walk and everything. But he thought, chalega shoot. He came back, the shoot is over. So people who are watching are going, why was there no coffee? Why didn't you ask Dada for coffee or breakfast while sitting with him? They're like, because the guy had gone, but our shoot finished by the time he came back. So Dada is one. Then another story I really like is Virat. The Virat episode is so amazing. See, this
I
is
love
for
it.
all.
It's like 2 Delhi boys just hanging out, man. That's what it is.
Yeah. And how that happened is that I got a message from Virat at midnight on a Tuesday at 11:30 or 12. I get a message in the middle of the night from him saying, ha 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 ha. Saying, are you okay? What has happened? So then he sends a voice note saying, I've just seen your episode with Ashish Nehra. What have you guys done? This is insane. This is amazing. I can't stop laughing. What is this? So he sent this amazing voice. So I said, yeah, we were just having fun. This is the show. You also come show your cute face on it. So he sends a message back immediately saying, okay, tomorrow, 7 o'clock is fine. At this point in time, bear in mind, I'm in Delhi because I'd gone for a shoot. I said yes. I called Neerav and I called the crew. They are also wondering why he's calling at 12. I said, we have Virat tomorrow at 7 p.m. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? All Virat said is that I have another shoot, so just keep it in the Andheri area in Mumbai, as you know, suburban Mumbai. Just keep it in that area because that's where I am and traffic in the evening is crazy, so we'll get more time. Now the problem is, where do you take Virat Kohli in Mumbai to a public place at the evening?
Anywhere. Anywhere in India. Where do you take him? Yeah.
Where do you take him?
Yeah.
Right? Because you'll go in one piece, but you'll come out in like 10. You'll be holding his shirt, somebody will be holding his shoes, somebody will like. So he's telling me, he says, why don't we go to social? Because we shoot a lot of shows in social. He says, why don't we go to social? I'm like, have you forgotten who you are? How the hell do I take you to social at 7 in the evening? You're stuck now. What is our location? So dear brother Roshan Abbas steps in and says, listen, why don't you shoot at the Encompass office? So I'm like, yeah, that's great. You have a beautiful office. They sweetly send an email out to people saying whoever is not required to be there after 6, you can leave, don't hang around in office. Oh, we land up there at 7:30 to 9, we shoot the show. And the people who stayed back, this has all got a picture with Virat, and the people who took that HR email seriously and left early cast themselves the next day.
Wow. What a story that is. That's unbelievable, man.
That's how we shot that show.
And I know a lot of people were screaming out and clamoring for MS to come on. Has that happened? Or has he remained elusive?
Yeah, MS, to be honest, I've not even asked because MS doesn't appear on any show. In fact, for 10 years that I was doing the IPL for Sony, he wouldn't even come on extra innings. He doesn't even give interviews to BCCI. He doesn't appear on any show, any talk show, any radio show, anything. That's just his thing. He just doesn't like to.
He does the after press conference or something, and that's it. No.
Yeah, so he just does he'll do the post-match presentation because he's the captain, so he has to. But otherwise, he doesn't do anything, like even any BCCI bit or, any CSK bit or any Sony or Star or anyone. He just doesn't do any. And I know, like, we spent a lot of time together and, traveling and stuff. And he's seen the show. He's a fan. And he's told me once that the Ashish Nehra show clips were making the round of their team WhatsApp group. So the memes and GIFs from that and things we had said were part of that group. But he doesn't. So people keep asking. And I have decided that one day when I do get him, that will have to be the last episode ever of that show.
Never say never.
Then we're done, right? You will do MS Dhoni on Breakfast with Champions, 3-part special, and then shut her down on the show. That's it.
I like that you break format sometimes. Like, for example, Misfield that happened in between. Then the Lady Cricketers, which is fantastic. So in terms of where you're going to take the show, I mean, I understand that it's fundamentally sports. It's about conversations. Are you using this time to think of how you can take it to the next level?
My idea always with Breakfast with Champions was when I sort of conceptualized the show, the idea was to make a talk show for the screen, which was an antithesis to a TV show.
Yeah.
It would not have an opening. It would not have me talking to camera. It would just be a candid conversation where a third person as a viewer could almost feel like they are the third chair on the table and two friends are talking. So it was designed, and even I visually designed it like that. Like our cameras are we've never used lighting in any episode. We've never used makeup. We tell people wear whatever you want, chappal, shorts. So it's just, think of it. And that's why we do it in restaurants and cafes, because automatically a person is put to ease, right? The minute I put lights on you and I put cameras on your face and I do focus testing and I see if the light is hitting you correct, you get into you change, right? So we just want to make it as casual as possible. My idea was to do it, Champions was not meant to be only sport or only cricket. Champions was supposed to be, hey, I love talking to people. Why can't I get Ratan Tata on this show someday, right? Mm. Why can't I get the head of ISRO? Why can't I get a physicist? Why can't I just get musicians? Why can't I get producers, directors, writers, anyone, right? There's so many champions. But sometimes, so what happens is that it's almost like the show became a victim of its success. Now it's become so synonymous with cricket that I fear that if you try to break it from cricket, we might get a little bit of backlash. And to be very honest, platforms and sponsors and all our associates and all our partners, they don't want us to depart from cricket now, right? They're like, why fix it if it ain't broke? Yeah, so that's what has happened now. But at some point in time, I do want to take it to, maybe I'll make it just an audio version and do it with champions in other fields as well. So I want to do that. There's so many, as you know, there's so many fascinating people in India who are in different walks of life and different professions. And I think, young people today can use idols and they can use insights into other careers as well. So I would like to do that.
So, man, as a sports broadcaster and an MC, VJ, all your various hats, what is the advice that you can give anybody who's watching this? Because, the post-lockdown world, the new normal, is kind of freaking a lot of people out. I mean, I know for a fact now that, if I charge X for voiceovers, it might be half X once we come out. And that is going to be the new normal till, things don't sort themselves out. So how are you approaching this as a sports entrepreneur as well as an anchor, which is both your hats?
Yeah, so it's quite interesting. Both as so my career earlier used to be, I was two different people, one as an entrepreneur and a producer, and one as a performer. As a performer, I had a certain sort of ego, and not an ego, but just the fact that I've been in the business for 20 years. So there's a different sort of there's different branding and a standing that has happened there. Whereas as a producer and entrepreneur, I'm new. So it would literally be, I'd be two people on a call where somebody would call and say, we have a job for you, GK, the professional. I'd be like, why don't you send me an email and I'll think about it. I'll consider it if it fits into my plan. And if I got one call as a producer, entrepreneur, kahan hai sir? Nahi, batao na, kahan hai? Navi Mumbai, Pune, Japan, kahan hai? I'll come, right? So I was anyway two people. I think now that person has become one person. Where if somebody calls for a campaign or something, I was like, how much do you have? It's fine. Take it. It's no problem. Right? So, but no, jokes apart, listen, everybody will have to reevaluate their business model, right? And it's not just about the fee. First up, you have to reevaluate the product. And once the product changes, the pricing changes automatically. So everybody will have to change their product. And then there's a trade-off. There's a comfort and convenience. If I tell you, Rishi, you only have to do 5 videos a day and you do them from home and you're going to do them between 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock. As opposed to saying, you need to do 5, but I can call you any time of the day or night. You will anyway price lesser for the first than for the second.
Correct.
So the factors change. So once the product that you're giving changes, and that's what I want people to think about, like people who are creative people, the post-apocalyptic world, as I'm trying to call it. I don't want to freak anyone out. Yeah, but the post-lockdown world will be different, obviously. There'll be a lot of things that will change. And I think first the change should come, the business change can come later. The first change that we should acknowledge as human beings, as emotional beings is, I think we all must realize that we never needed as much as we thought we needed. Or as much as advertising and big corporates made us believe that we needed, right? We don't. We don't need to eat as much. We don't need to possess as much. We don't need as much fancy stuff. So I think that should be a good realization for the human race. Saying goodness is more important than richness, right? Right. Just make your life and your emotions rich rather than material possessions. So I think once we realize that, I think our stories will change. I think our creative products will change. I think how we execute them changes. And then we just realize once you need lesser, your ambition changes, your goals change. So a person who was aiming to earn 100 rupees every month will realize that once again, 70 is also not that bad. But in that 70, let me do things that I really want to do. So another thing in the lockdown is a lot of creative people are just doing things because they have nothing else to do. So let me give this a shot. Don't do it. Just take that time to reflect and think. Don't do something that you would not want to carry on in the post-lockdown, right? Because that will take away time that you could spend developing your primary skill for the post-lockdown time. So just get off the treadmill. Don't flay your limbs. Sit, think, reflect, and then come up with the new creative product.
That's great advice. So the interiors in your house, they're amazing, man. I see some Aussie boomerangs, some African blades or whatever they are, the masks.
Yeah, man.
Was it all you, or did you get a professional to come in and do it, man? So cool.
Bro, made by hand, yeah. This is another skill that I've learned during the lockdown. I've made this by hand. Ethically sourced bones from long dead roadkill animals in different parts of the world. And then I put them together. And that lamp that you see is pure gold. In fact, 24 karat gold. It's a set of 2. It's a set of 4 actually. 2 are here. 2 are in Papida's house. I send them to him. And he has 2, I have 2. And this plant, as you can see, I reached...
The best part of the house. That's the best part about the house.
Yeah, the plant, this is actually... this is Photoshop because it's actually a marijuana plant. But I made a traveler plant so that people don't get alarmed and don't call the police. I actually got this from Bob Marley's farmhouse there last year. It's crazy. Where are my stories going? What's going on? And but the true story is I actually went hiking to the Amazon rainforest before they tore it all down, and and brought it as cabin baggage.
What's the first thing you're going to do when, if and when the lockdown is lifted? What's the very first thing you're going to do, man?
The first thing I'm going to do, stay at home.
Correct. He's going to go get crazy.
I want everyone who's watching to promise me. You have to promise me. The lockdown getting lifted is not India winning the World Cup.
Yeah.
You don't have to go on the street and start celebrating. Right? Just please be careful even after the lockdown is over. Just be careful. So the first thing I'm going to do after the lockdown is over is sit at home.
Well said. 100 hours, 100 stars shall continue. These are 100 big stars across diverse facets of life, and we bring them to you because we're supporting the PM Cares Fund. There is a QR code and a link that you see on the screen. Please scan the QR code or click on the link, fill in the details that you want to, the amount that you want to donate along with the details of your payment, and proceed to contribute. Gaurav Kapoor.
Man, I want to tell people, you must contribute. We all, everybody bar none has something they can spare in their heart. If it's only a loaf of bread, that's fine as well.
Yeah.
But just insaniyat. I think insaniyat was one thing that we were missing. I think we've just become too brutal to, other human beings. So I think we should use this as, I say try to take out positive from every negative situation. So I think that positive should be that let's just do that, man. There's too much chopping other human beings, chopping trees, plants, rivers, pollution. Just stop, man. I heard birds the other day. I was like, what is this sound?
What is this sound? Yeah.
What is this sound? I don't know what it is. Tell me, Rishi, what is the one household object you have not used at all?
No, I've used everything.
I'll tell you what I haven't used.
What?
Iron.
मैं तो करता हूँ इस्त्री यार.
Really?
Because this morning I took this out of my cupboard. I said, it's not looking very nice because the istri wala stopped coming a long time ago. So, stuff were getting washed and pulled out. So I did a basic one.
No, you're doing lockdown wrong. You're hiding your clothes, you're doing lockdown wrong. And I hope you're not wearing full pants.
I am, my brother. Oh no, I can't tilt down. But
you're wearing full pants. I have not.
Just in your honor.
I'm not formal. You dress formally. I appreciate the effort. I have to tell you, Ankur Tiwari 2 days ago on a Sunday night, Ankur Tiwari video calls me, and he's wearing a white shirt and a black tie. He's dressed like Bruce Springsteen. I was like, are you okay? What's happened? Why are you dressed like this? Were you doing a performance or something? He says, no, the performance I did in a shirt. Then after that, I was just feeling a little low, so I decided to wear a tie and sit down and video call all my friends. Brother, what?
Classic Tiwari. Yeah.
I don't understand. All my friends have gone completely loco. He's Cyrus Saukar has decided that one day a week he's going to sit and chop all the vegetables that he has, put them in Ziploc bags and put them in the freezer. So every morning he just has to wake up, take out one bag and then cook that.
Management skills, brother.
I'm just not understanding what's going on with people. Roshan Abbas is doing 17 webinars a day.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He looks on his computer every day, right? And he's just like, he just calls people. कौन है? कुछ क्या बोलना है? Event business? Okay, ready. Podcasting? Okay, ready. Storytelling? Okay, ready. Whatever. He just, it's like the Matrix keep changing the disc and just giving gyan to people all the time. मैंने कहा भाई family के साथ बैठ जा थोड़ी देर.
GK, you're a good man. God bless you, Gaurav. See you soon.
Thank you so much. I want to thank you for being a big brother in my early radio days and for guiding me and teaching me all the devious things I learned about radio.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah. And of course, for the roof that you provided over my head when I came to Mumbai for the first time visiting. These things I'm always grateful for. Always remember where you came from. So I always remember that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Anytime. Love you. Bye. See you.
Take care. Bye.